We turn now to a story taking a toll on the lives of 200,000 drivers every single day.
The latest round of repairs on the Gardiner has slowed the commute to a standstill and brought drivers to a crossroads over the construction. In the first of a three-part series on Gardiner Gridlock, CTV's Natalie Johnson reports on the impact and the outcry.
With the sun coming up and the coffee on, Brendan Parent is up before most, getting ready for an early shift as an ER nurse.
I absolutely love my job. I absolutely love the people that I work with. It's a great little, it's a family, a second family for me.
But the commute to his job at St. Joseph's Hospital has, in just the last few weeks, more than doubled.
Working in March is extremely stressful, so the traffic coming home after a shift can just add to that.
His Leslieville home, just 13 kilometers from the hospital. But what was a 20-minute drive
traffic and weather on News Talk 1010
can now take the better part of an hour.
7 o'clock in the morning, and this is how bad it is.
Thanks to a slowdown at Strawn, where the Gardiner is now down to 2 lanes in each direction until Dufferin. A 30% cut to capacity, hundreds of cars trying to merge every minute.
And I'm really nervous to see how long it's going to take me to get from home to work.
Just the start of a 3-year snarl for 200,000 drivers who traverse this stretch every day. For parents, the feeling is beyond simply dreading the drive.
I kind of felt like I was a prisoner in my own city.
Over there, the cars going westbound are barely moving.
Some 30 floors up above him,
See, it's stopped now.
Ellie Landale is looking down and feeling much the same way.
We look out the window and just see it's not moving. Or we turn on CP24 and look at the traffic report, and it says normal time 8 minutes, now 45 minutes.
Her Queens Quay condo used to be the perfect place to hop on the Gardiner to go see her kids and grandkids west of the city.
We used to go and be able to visit them fairly often, but now what took us 12 minutes on the Gardiner is now taking us 45 minutes. I took the picture from there.
Now her home is a front row seat to the congestion in the core.
You have so many lanes that go into one to get onto the Gardiner, and nobody wants to let you in. And drivers are just getting more and more aggressive because they sit in their car and they get anxious having to just crawl.
A boiling point for anyone on the ground below. Barely 1 month into 3 years of Gardiner Gridlock.
3 years can hardly be considered short-term pain for long-term gain, but it is all in the name of critical rehabilitation work. According to the city, 700 meters of elevated expressway need to be replaced, and the structures underneath the Gardiner that support it need to be fixed.
Gardiner is old. It's falling apart in front of our eyes. That's why we have to rebuild it.
The rehabilitation plan was approved pre-pandemic, and the Dufferin to Strawn section is just the second stage of a 6-part plan for the Gardiner. This round of repair will mean lane closures until mid-2027, which officials at City Hall insist is the only option.
Given the nature of the civil engineering work that has to be done to reinforce the structure and to maintain safety of both the workers and the vehicles driving through the corridor, unfortunately we do have to close the lanes.
Some parallel routes, meantime, are also closed for construction. King Street West between Dufferin and Shaw undergoing water main and streetcar track work until November, giving Gardiner drivers fewer options to avoid it as their patience wears thin.
I've been doing this every day for 3 months now. It just keeps getting worse and worse.
People doing this every day, I don't know how you can expect people to put up with this. It's ridiculous.
For Brendan Parent, it may well be enough to convince him to leave his job at the hospital that has never felt further away.
Because of the increased times, the commute, it's the first time where I've actually really considered, okay, maybe it's time to pick up and go somewhere else.
Questioning whether working at the job he loves is worth the stress of the slowdown he sits through in growing Gardiner Gridlock. Natalie Johnson, CTV News.